In this video, I will show you how to build a lead qualification form that will automatically filter prospects based on your own criteria. Qualified leads will instantly receive an email with your booking link so they can schedule a call with you, while unqualified ones will be politely turned away. And the best part, you won't need to write a single line of code. It is free and you can have it live in less than an hour. Let's get started. The first thing we need is an IDE, which stands for Integrated Development Environment. It is the place where you are going to write and manage code, but don't worry, Claude is going to handle all of that, so it is easier than you think. I promise you that. For this build, I'm using Google Antigravity. It is a free tool. Simply head over antigravity.google, download it. Once it is installed, you will land on this interface. First, head over Extensions, search for Claude Code, and then install Claude. Once you have Claude Code installed, you will need the $20 subscription in order to be able to use it. The $20 subscription is more than enough for us to build the tool we are going to build today. Then once you get that subscription, click on Open Folder, head over the destination where you want to store all the files of this tool, then create a folder. In my case, I'm gonna name it Lead Form YouTube. Then once you select that folder, click again on Extensions, click on Claude, and click on this small icon here, Claude Code. Now let's close all these and click again on Explorer. Now we have everything we need in order to start building the tool. So the first thing you want to do is to click here on Edit Automatically and switch it to Plan. So basically what we want to do is create a plan about the tool we want to create, then review it. If everything is exactly as we want, then and only then we are going to start building the tool. So in my case, I'm going to use the following prompt. I want to keep it simple, but of course you can customize it the way you want based on your own criteria. This is completely up to you. So this is the prompt I'm currently using. I want to build a lead qualification tool, something similar to Typeform. Here are the pages and questions I want with the options for each, one answer per question beside for the main page, which need to capture the basic information. Of course, your instructions will be different than mine, except that there is one thing that I would like you to do as well. At the moment when the user will submit the form, I wanted to trigger a webhook that will be pointing out to N8N, and from N8N we are going to send automatically an email to that person with our Calendly link. So basically, one more thing, I don't want the form to open on a separate page. When someone click the button on my website, I want it to appear as an overlay. Then also when the form is submitted, I want it to trigger a webhook pointing toward the following webhook URL. Simply head over N8N, create a webhook, then copy the production URL. In my case, I'm gonna use the test URL just to show you how it looks like, and make sure the HTTP method is post. Copy it and give it to Claude. Now let's create and review our plan. So it is asking me what my website is built with. In my case, it is currently built with WordPress, so I'm gonna choose WordPress, but of course you are going to choose the option that you actually use to build your website with. So WordPress, we are going to select Vercel as an option where we are going to host our tool. So basically our tool needs to be live somewhere. For that to happen, we are going to select Vercel. In case you don't have it as an option, simply click Other and type in Vercel. We are going to choose no webhook only, but of course if you want to store all the data captured from your lead form, you can of course select yes, also log a database, and you can connect it with Airtable or any other database. Let's select no webhook only and submit. Claude has finished preparing our plan, so let's review it before accepting or rejecting it. So for the basic information, first name, last name, email, yes, they are all as required fields. So far, everything looks good, but of course, if something breaks along the way, we can always fix it, so this is not a problem at all. Let's click yes and auto accept and switch this one to bypass permission. While we are waiting for our tool to be built, so let's head over N8N and create our system that will automatically send an email to the link. I'm going to search for edit field. So let's name it first name, last name. We have first name, last name, email address, phone number, business name, and website. Now let's search for send email. So on the two, I'm going to bring in the email address from edit fields. So later on, once we trigger our system, I simply bring in the fields captured from the webhook to the edit fields without me having to change anything on the Gmail node. On the subject line, I'm going to say something like this. You are qualified for the next step. Switch email type to text, message to expression. Let's expand it. So this is the copy I will be using. Hey, let's bring in the first name here. Hey, first name. Thanks for completing our lead qualification form. Based on your responses, it looks like you are a great fit. We would love to learn more about your business and discuss how we can help. You can book a time that works best for you here. And here I'm going to type in my Calendly URL. Next, click on add option, append a name, attribution, disable it, add option, sender name, and type in your name. Okay, so actually right now we are good. Let's disable this one for now. Next, head over vercel.com and create an account. It is a free tool that will allow you to host your current tool that you are building and deploy it live. Okay, so Claude has finished building our lead qualification form. Next, we want to connect to our Vercel account. Simply ask Claude to help us connect to our Vercel account in order to push this tool live. For this build, I'm not going to link it to GitHub, but of course you can do it. We will keep it simple. We'll establish the connection directly from within our Claude code directly to Vercel. So I'm going to choose CLI, then yes, commit now. Because I already had Vercel connected to my Claude account, Claude pushed the tool directly to my Vercel account, but in your case you want to type in something like this: install the Vercel CLI and log me into my Vercel account. Then a new window will automatically pop and will look something like this. Simply click on allow and the authorization will be successfully established. As you can see, you are logged in, Vercel CLI installed and authenticated to your account. Once you request from Claude to push your tool to your Vercel account, Claude will automatically import the tool directly there and provide you with a link. Now that the tool is live, I'm asking it, what should I do in order to deploy this tool inside my WordPress website in form of overlay? First, I need to add this one in the footer of my website. Then the URL of the CTA will need to be replaced with this one. So let's head over my website footer, add the following code, save changes. This is the CTA that I want the leads to use in order to pop up that overlay. So we are going to use hashtag lead form exactly as instructed by Claude. Okay, so our form is working just fine, but there are a few changes that I would like to apply. Because the user needs to scroll in order to access the next button, we are going to combine the first and last name within the same line. So this way the next button will be pushed upward and therefore the user will not need to scroll down in order to click next. So I provided the Claude with the screenshot of our form plus the feedback that I wanted to apply. For example, the first and last name within the same line, increasing the padding on the right and left side, and including some beautiful colors because the current one looks a bit flat, to be honest with you. You know what? I've interrupted the changes and I'm gonna ask it to push those changes directly through Vercel. Okay, so Claude has finished applying all the changes we requested. Let's take a look inside my website and see how the form will look like. So let's click on schedule a call. As we can see, the colors of our form are much better than earlier. Let's start submitting form. Okay, so this is the information that I will be sending via the webhook call. Next, automate something in my business. Next, as soon as possible. Let's trigger our workflow just to capture the data. And next, what does your business do? Just yes, submit. Okay, our workflow has been successfully triggered. What I highly recommend you guys do is that since we are not capturing this data inside any database, I highly recommend you add another node here and you send all the captured data inside your CRM or spreadsheet. This way you can go back to it whenever you want. So now let's map all the information we have captured from the webhook inside our edit fields. So let's start with the first name here, last name here. I'm not gonna add the additional fields because this is just a test. Now let's trigger the workflow and see how the email will look like. As you can see, we have received the email. Hey, Abdulkader, thanks for completing our lead qualification form. And they can schedule a call using my Calendly link. Once they click on it, they will land inside my Calendly URL. Because I'm still not a big fan of this form in terms of the aesthetics, I went to ChatGPT and I created an image of a form that I want to look like. I created a form like this one. So I'm going to ask Claude to provide me with a form that looks exactly like the one that I have given it right now. Plus, I've included a few instructions like when the user finishes submitting the form, it shouldn't exit the form right away, but instead it shows them a message thanking them about filling out the form and asking them to check their spam folder in case they don't see our email. Okay, again, Claude has applied all the changes we requested. Let's take a look at our form and see how it looks like. So schedule a call. Okay, it didn't apply the section on the left side. Okay, so I mentioned that the form doesn't look exactly like I requested earlier, and I provided the example of the form again, plus how the form currently looks like, and I hope it will apply those changes again. As you can see, guys, it is rarely that you are going to get the perfect output from the first shot, so it will always require back and forth explaining to Claude what are the things that you don't like, things that you want them to be changed, and after a few back and forth, you will get your exact output the way you want it. Let's take a look at our form. And as you can see, it looks beautiful. I probably gonna remove the following name, Innovative Flows, the name of my agency, because I don't think it looks good here. And everything else I think looks good. Yeah, quick update. So this is how the form looks like right now after I have done a few changes. So once we click on schedule a call, as you can see, there is no longer my logo on top left, as well as the background behind this form is blurred right now. And that's pretty much it. If you guys want to replicate the same exact form with your own criteria, you can find everything on the description below.